Welcome back, everybody. It's game number 2 between CDEC and eHome. eHome managing to take game number 1. It was a long one, not necessarily in game time, just in action. We didn't have a whole lot. There was a lot of teams farming up, sitting back, waiting for them to finally get that mid to late game advantage that they were hoping for. Both teams seemed to have the same idea in mind. It just came down to really just one team fight where eHome displayed their superiority.
The thing is that CDEC, even in the first game where they had an advantage on EG,
Yeah,
it just feels like they're not playing decisively enough. Like,
I agree.
I think I actually watched one or two of their games. I've casted a few of them too, but I think part of the strength of their lineup and what they were doing is that they just kind of played fearlessly. Like, they just played for the win every single time, and it feels like EG might have scared them a little bit. Because in their 2 games against them, they definitely played a little bit more tentatively than I think they would have liked. Same here. It's like they made some mistakes that I feel like they wouldn't have. I think it was in the wild card, actually. They had a Broodmother, for example, and she just rushed a Medallion so they could go for the early Roshan. Like, things like that really help out. But the fact that they didn't go for the Roshan at any point in the game, you can't really give a Storm Spirit that has that much farm an Aegis.
Yeah, the opportunity to get that second life and fearlessly jump in. It's too much to handle.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you have to be a little bit more prepared for situations like that, or at least have some sort of contingency plan where you're going to go for the Roshan yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're dire side, you've got an advantage. There's a lot of different things that, made that game. Could have made that game a lot easier for CDEC, but
right.
For EG, if they're EG fans. If you're watching this game, you want CDEC to win.
Yeah, you need a tie in order for Evil Geniuses to take that first place slot. If not, it comes down to the tie between eHome and EG, which they both would have 2-0'd CDEC, which means that it then comes down to their matchup against either VP or Empire and how each of the teams perform there.
Yeah. You really want CDEC to win if you're an EG fan, and if you're an EG player, you would also like the same result. But if you're a CDEC fan, they can definitely win. Like, they're a really good team overall. Just, it felt like they came up a little bit short there, and eHome is a team that just punishes mistakes. Like, time and time again, CTY seems to have a bad start, and then he just comes back. Or if he, has a really good start, he just snowballs. He just seems like he's playing really good Dota.
Right.
I don't know how else to put that. I was looking for a better way to phrase that. It's like, there is none. Just playing good Dota.
He just knows when to be aggressive and find openings.
Yeah, I think that the laning phase has to be a little bit more short up for him, though. I think he makes a
I
few
agree.
errors there where he overextends trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he can stop doing that, then he'll be a lot stronger.
Razor and Dazzle for eHome.
That's the eHome
YJ's
combo.
hero.
You know it. If it's not the gyro. We saw this. You guys have no idea how many eHome games me and Cap have casted. If they give up the gyrocopter, then they get the Razor. If they don't get the Razor, then they take the gyrocopter. They're so... And it's the Razor with the combination of the Dazzle. It makes it so hard to kill the Razor.
There's so much minus armor between the two of them. The survivability of the Razor is insane. And you're giving away now a Tusk to CDEC. Razor doesn't really mind heroes being in close quarters with him.
Yeah, it's just... Razor's pretty good against Gyro, too, because if you go for something like an S and Y on Razor, you can keep up with the Gyro, steal his damage, make that BKB kind of useless, because Gyrocopter really depends on that BKB. He doesn't have that much plus damage, because he relies so much on just his natural abilities. Like,
right.
Rocket Barrage is always useful, same with Flat Cannon and Call Down, so if you can get a BKB of your own at some point, you'll be in a really, really strong position.
Ban. CDEC immediately taking away the Storm Spirit. CTY not going to have the same hero as Game 1. Techies banned out by eHome.
Just ban Brood Techies.
Broodmother and Techies.
Just do it.
The 3-4 punch.
It's not that I don't like seeing Techies games. I think it's hilarious, but it's just frustrating. You can tell one team is, upset. And you don't want to see anybody upset, man. I don't.
Clockwork's the other ban. Taking away RTKs, one of his favorite offlaners. Probably also one of the better heroes. I think it synergizes pretty well with Razor.
Yeah, it does.
Simply just because you keep a hero locked in one area, which means Static Link can do its work.
Yeah, I think eHome, they banned the Brood. Keep consistent with last game. Or maybe even the Queen of Pain. I think the Queen of Pain, though, you have enough to deal with it. Razor's actually decent against Queen of Pain. But yes, they did it. So the Brood is banned. I think eHome, they've got options here. They can go for the Queen of Pain of their own. It's a good hero. They were really successful with it against the Gyrocopter last game.
Right.
Or actually, it was C-Deck that was really successful with the Gyrocopter last game. So if you liked seeing that from eHome. That's weird about eHome, that they don't value the Queen of Pain over the Razor. But it must just be their counter to Gyrocopter, because they do it every game.
It's their counter.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's a pretty good counter. I mean, Razor just tanks up enough. Static Link's very powerful versus Gyrocopter in the mid game, taking away all of his damage for Flat Cannon. I mean, everything in the mid game that Gyrocopter does, I think Razor just does perhaps a little bit better, except for just Rocket Barrage damage. But that's fine.
Flash farming. Gyrocopter
That's true.
farms a lot faster.
He does.
You can do jungle camps, ancients. You're going to get a Helm of Dom, so you can stack your own ancients. Like, when is a Razor ever getting a Helm of Dom?
Never. Most he could do is Plasma Field farm on Radiant's side. That's about it.
You can do the mini dragons.
He can do the mini dragons.
You can do the mini dragons. It's not efficient, but you get really lucky, stack 14 of those mini dragons. All of a sudden, you're in the money.
All right, eHome. Taking a while here. They go for the double defense pick. You and I have actually talked about this support duo before. Bane and Dazzle. Two different saving mechanisms. If you actually get it, your spacing-wise and your timing right, it is incredibly frustrating to play against these two. But it's very difficult to execute.
Yeah, Bane's pretty good against us, too. You can just sleep somebody, mess with the timings. And at the same token, you can just grip him. We saw that Secret versus Fnatic every single time Zai tried to walk forward. Grip him, just take away the effectiveness of the hero as fast as possible. But C-Deck, counter with the Darkseer. I was actually just about to say that I think they're going to pick ROTK Darkseer, because it's just a hero that he plays well, and it's something that he naturally does well with. But I don't know, maybe eHome just goes all in and picks like Tidehunter and 5-mans. Remember the ROTK Tidehunter? What a god. I mean, what else is there for the offlane?
There isn't much.
You can aggro try.
And Phoenix is left, but we don't see a whole lot of Phoenix right now.
It's just so
not
unpopular.
great versus Gyrocopter either.
I would like to see, personally...
Sand King's left.
Is that an ROTK hero?
Not really.
Everything's an ROTK hero. What are we talking about?
They could run,
I would say they take the Legion hero.
Legion?
I'm just thinking of all the Bone 7's heroes now. Once you said Phoenix.
Spirit Breaker?
Oh, Spirit Breaker's kind of... Is Spirit Breaker good against Gyro?
I don't know.
I mean, think you want to be up close against that.
Yeah, I think the Gyrocopter usually just has enough stats that he's okay versus the Spirit Breaker. That single target focus, and then you're getting close range with the Gyrocopter. Like, once you survive through your burst, then you're a little bit concerned. And Gyrocopter has, like he's an agility hero, so he has high armor. I don't actually believe that Spirit Breaker is good versus him.
You think YJ's going to do that build we keep seeing him do, where he gets, like, Shiva's third item? He's impossible to kill.
Yeah.
What does he do? Drums, SNY, BKB, Shivas. Sometimes he skips the drums, sometimes he skips the SNY. But it's always that Shivas. Alright, one pick left to go for both teams. C-Deck have one more ban. I presume they ban an offlaner here, in the hopes that it would mess with eHome. But if you had to ban one, we brought up, okay, Capitalist Dota. He knew.
What's left? I mean, the Phoenix is still not bad, I guess.
Centaur Godlike hero.
I mean, the question of how to get Centaur through the laning phase.
VP, no. DK Phobos almost
I
always
was about to say,
dagger.
DK Phobos is the only one who's figured out, I guess.
Do you know what his name even means? DK Phobos?
No.
I wish I did.
I mean, it could just be a name.
All right, so one more pick. It's either the aggro try, kind of awkwardly.
Earthshaker's still in the pool.
Yeah, they could do yes. It's strong against the Queen of Pain.
Yeah. It's okay versus Gyro.
Go you.
Go me.
This is our last game of the group stage, guys. It's a very special moment.
What are some of the best heroes left for CDEC support-wise?
Support-wise?
Winter Wyvern's out.